Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Thursday, the 14th of March 2019. So yesterday, what a shambles. And the pound higher, no surprise there, as we discussed yesterday, with the potential to remove the no deal with the motion vote last night, and that's what won the day. And this sent the pound higher, which of course would be a positive for the pound. But you can see here the market trading above this to begin with earlier on in the day, and then trading up 150 points or more. We got 100 to here, 250, until we got to last night, where we see the profit taking coming into the market, and then overnight the pound has been dropping as the reality kicks in that emotion doesn't change the law, and the government could still leave on the 29th of March with no deal. I'm not going to get into the politics of it all, but there's plenty in the news today that discusses this. So, I think ultimately we'll never leave anyway. They're doing the damnedest to make sure that those who voted to leave won't get that choice. You can see by what was happening last night. But that's another story. And here you can see the market coming back to the 76% that it traded through yesterday. Here you can see prices were marked up. There wasn't necessarily any buying. But interesting nonetheless, once prices have closed back above the 200 bar, we've continued to move higher. We've got a bit of resistance here, which we'll mark up just to see there. And we've got some resistance at 133.50 more or less. So keep an eye on this level. All the news really isn't going to make any difference apart from this one, which we've got. I think this one's to delay Brexit, if I recall. This one this evening. But again, delaying it, will the Europeans allow it? They need all 27 states to agree to an extension. So the only thing that's left after that is probably to revoke Article 50, and you end up with no Brexit, or you end up with May's deal, which they're trying to bring back as well. An interesting article. I know I said I wasn't going to talk politics, but this is a very good article here about an old rule that Bercow could actually bring back. Very interesting article. Talk about a get out of jail card there for the Remainers. So, yeah, interesting times. And in the Dow, this was higher yesterday. I'm going to look at this in more detail in a moment. Trading up to the 20 bar moving average, failing to close above this, and then reversing on the overnight. And what's interesting about the Dow is the pre-market activity. We still got that same pattern where the market gets above the 200 bar moving average and then continued higher all the way through, and a bit more follow through. This hasn't been the case of late, but we had a follow through in the main part of the session. We've got the double top just peeking through it here. And then what happened here was Trump said that he hadn't come to any agreement with the trade deal with China. The market falls out of bed. The plunge protection team come back in and buy the market and bring it right back to where it was before Trump's announcement. And then overnight we can see that we've been banging ahead against the 200 bar moving average, and prices once again moving low, which we see here in the daily chart. And then finally in Bitcoin, absolutely nothing to report. It's just getting narrower and narrower. So nothing to report there at this time. Okay, that will do for this one. Let's see how it pans out this evening with the vote to postpone Brexit, and how that impacts on the market. If it is convincing, which I would have thought it would be, who knows. But if it is, then if there's a majority to postpone, then you will see the pound move higher, and obviously the opposite if they don't. And with that, I will conclude. Let's see what happens. Have a good day, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.